Hello and welcome to a Dragonheir Silent Gods video by me, Spider Lily. Today we are going to be looking at Grave of Venom 9 and my particular lineup and why I have what I do. Let's get to it. Now we're outside of Grave of Venom. We're going to be doing 9. This is my lineup. As you can see, I have one of the exclusives in the game, Ozul. Okay, let's take a look at his gear. Yes, sir. Now, you might wonder why I don't have it at 100%. If you can get away with crit rate at 80% and above for consistent damage. If you can get it to 100, that's great. His crit damage is almost at 170, is almost at 200%. Just remember, he has host imprint, so it increases his crit damage by 10% and defense penetration, and that's his passive, right? For every shadow energy, every 50 shadow energy contained, up to 5 stacks. So up to 50 by 5 is 250. That's 5 stacks. Okay, so that's basically 2.5 rounds of getting shadow energy. He gets crit damage by 10% and defense penetration by 5. Mathematics. Okay. This is Torrent's gear. I stacked up as much enlightenment as I can on this guy. He has an enlightenment Rhapsodist light armor, and everything else is unclean bloodline for the enlightenment benefit. Right? He has the defense to keep him alive because for some reason a 4-stack on enlightenment gives you more enlightenment than the actual enlightenment main stat rune. Okay. Ripekas. I give him attack speed and skill haste. He has main stat def stuff, except for the main stat def chest, attack speed, skill haste, and he has an attack percent. Enlightenment's just all over the place, right? That's for survivability. It's attack speed again. And I'm working on getting legendary runes for Ancient Battlefield, but that will be later. Now, you might wonder why I don't have Daphne. And it's because this guy, right? He is able to keep this guy in permanent demon form. So you have him. And I have a otherwise, unfortunately, useless mythical. So he can he can help him with the damage department. It's HP percent, and I had an HP percent glove, so I figured, well, just throw it on this guy instead of having the mythical sitting there empty in my backpack. All right, has the roll on attack. It's flat, but it's fine. Roll on defense. He doesn't necessarily need accuracy. It's mostly a dud in terms of like mythical draws. It's my only mythical. I put it on him. Might as well. Okay. Oh, before I forget, it's at 18. 9%. Now, the reason why I put this on is because he will lend his attack to ranged heroes. It's beautiful on this guy as well, but he's my healer. And he's the reason I have him in here instead of Daphne for the team to survive. Okay? It's almost at 100%. When it is at 100%, and all of the overheal from this wearer will be equally converted into a shield. Okay? I have him in the Tundra Guardian, and the 2 set gives him skill haste and HP percent. Okay? Resistant and HP percent. You know, this is an HP. I want him to survive. Okay? He has a defense rune. He has a resistance rune here. And, you know, with this guy, if you have Cineral and you have Garius, unless you're doing something like, say, Famiander, where you need to use non-legendary heroes, this guy will cause you to bench Garius, because he's basically Garius, but a legendary. He is that good. Okay, he is indispensable. Okay, and I think with that I've covered everybody, right? Ozul's, if you cannot get the exclusive artifact for Ozul, this Shadow Spawn is excellent. And it's the first thing I put to 20 on my account. As soon as I got a duplicate Ripekas, or is it a Charlac? I think I got a duplicate of Charlac, and I bought the Shadow Spawn. It was one of the first things I've made a beeline to once I had Daphne, because it works very well on Daphne as well. You can also notice that the Witch's Remains is at 20, and Ripekas is wearing it. I believe that's everything. In terms of gear. Now, this is the Flitfish Steak. It gives you 13% attack for 600 seconds, which comes to 10 minutes. 10 times 6, 60 times 10 is 600. Okay? And this should go fine. Let's take a look. If there's RNG, what happens sometimes is the RNG makes this guy die. But I don't think that will happen this time. For some reason, it's not 100% this, but it should work. Let's take a look. There we go. You notice that he goes down, but everybody keeps Ripekas up, and he just pops. Now he should stay in. He will stay in his. He will stay in his demon form, and this will take a relatively good amount of time. And there goes one of the and there goes the second one. This should take about 51 to 60 seconds. My best time on this, with this build, is 51 seconds. That's pretty decent, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. Okay. There we go. He's never gonna die. He never dies. If anybody dies, it's Tauren. All right? Here we go. 1 minute 6. My best time is 51 seconds. All right? We are going for legendary gear, so even though this is crit rate, we're selling it. That's crit damage, but it has flat stats. Even if we were keeping it, we're not, you know. Even if we had half a mind to keep it, it has a flat stat. Now this would be a decent thing to keep to upgrade, if you needed anything. All right. And let's get the stats. As you can see, Ozul does the lion's share of the damage. He comes in at 10.4. Ripekas and him are basically tied. Ripekas does 10.8. He does a little bit, and that's not even anything. That's 0.8. But he does the lion's share of the healing. And then he does 56.8, and then Cineral does 43.2. They keep Ripekas alive, right? And there you have it, folks. I hope this was helpful. See you again.